From the earliest cave paintings to quantum computers, humans have been on an endless journey to make sense of their existence. Every generation has looked around at the chaos, wars, disease, natural disasters, and asked, why? Why does suffering exist in a world where so much beauty and potential surround us? In every sacred text, there are promises of peace, unity, and love. Yet every day, we wake up to headlines filled with conflict, heartbreak, and fear. Humanity stands at a crossroads, caught between advancing technology and the awakening of the spirit. The big questions remain. What is the nature of creation? Why does suffering persist? How do we reconcile the idea of a loving, omnipresent God with the overwhelming presence of evil? We've built philosophies, theologies, and entire civilizations trying to solve this cosmic puzzle, yet the loop continues. But what if the answers have been within us all along? Across cultures and epochs, there's always been a whisper in sacred traditions. Everything is one. Radical monism, the belief that there's no separation between the creator and creation, points to a deep truth that underpins all existence. From Hinduism's concept of Brahman, to the Tao and Taoism, to the mystical teachings of Christ and the Gospel of Thomas, the message is clear. We are all part of the same divine fabric. But this leads to a profound paradox. If everything is divine, where does suffering come from? It's easy to see the divine in nature's beauty or in acts of love, but what about war, natural disasters, or cruelty? How does this oneness allow for such division? Many spiritual traditions speak of the dance of opposites, light and dark, creation and destruction, as essential forces in the universe is unfolding. Yet, if all is one, how can such division exist? Could it be that evil itself is an illusion, a misunderstanding of the deeper unity that pervades all things? For most of human history, we framed existence in terms of dualities, good versus evil, light versus darkness. Every story we tell reflects this eternal struggle, with forces of good pitted against forces of evil. But what if this struggle isn't what it seems? What if duality is not the ultimate truth, but merely a shadow on the wall of a deeper reality? In mystic traditions, both East and West, there is a teaching that evil is not a force unto itself. Instead, it's like darkness, a shadow that appears when light is obstructed. Evil isn't a thing, it's the absence of something. Absence of understanding, absence of alignment with the divine. But if evil is merely an illusion, why do we experience it so deeply? Why do wars rage and why do people suffer so profoundly? Here, the concept of illusion, Maya in Hinduism, becomes key. Evil, like darkness, exists only in our perception. It's a product of misalignment with truth, a forgetting of our divine nature. The cosmos has always been in motion. From the moment of the Big Bang, the universe has been evolving. Atoms forming stars, planets, and eventually life. But evolution didn't stop with the physical. Consciousness itself is evolving. Ancient Hindu teachings describe it beautifully. Consciousness sleeps in the rocks, stirs in the plants, moves in the animals, and awakens in the human being. In this evolutionary journey, humans represent a unique point of emergence, self-awareness. For the first time, a species can ask, who am I? Why am I here? This leap into self-awareness comes with immense potential, but also profound challenges. We've been given the gift of choice, but with it comes the potential for error, for making choices that lead to suffering. Unlike the rocks or trees, humans have the power to create, to reflect, and to learn. But we also have the power to feel pain, loss, and separation. Free will is a double-edged sword. It gives us the power to create beauty, joy, and love, but it also opens the door to suffering. Free will is what separates us from the animals, but it can also separate us from the divine, if we allow it. Every choice we make, every thought, every action, moves us toward unity with the divine or deeper into separation. When we choose alignment with the divine, we find peace. When we choose separation, believing we are alone and powerless, we create our own suffering. Suffering is often a signal, a wake-up call, urging us to realign with the divine truth that we are creators, not victims. We suffer when we forget who we are. So why do bad things happen if we are one with God? Why does suffering, something so deeply painful and real, continue to exist in a universe where everything is supposedly interconnected and divine? This question has haunted humanity for millennia, and yet, at its core, suffering is a profound teacher, one that beckons us to look deeper beyond the surface and question the very nature of our reality. Suffering, rather than being a punishment or a random misfortune, is a signal. It's the universe's way of urging us to pause, reflect, and awaken. It points to a fundamental misalignment, a place within us that has forgotten its connection to the divine. When we experience pain, whether physical, emotional, or spiritual, it's a reminder that we are being called back to truth, a call to realign with our highest nature, to remember who we are at our core. Imagine for a moment that suffering is not something to fear, but something to understand. A message from the universe, urging us to shift our perspective. Instead of asking, "Why me?" we begin to ask, "What is this teaching me?" When we start to view our challenges through this lens, we can see that suffering is not an enemy, but a guide. It pushes us out of complacency, out of the illusion of separation, and into a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. But this doesn't mean suffering isn't real. The pain we feel, the grief we endure, and the hardships we face are undeniably part of the human experience. Yet, within this pain lies the potential for transformation. Every moment of suffering contains the seed of awakening, a powerful opportunity to remember our divine presence, to reconnect with the oneness that we've forgotten. Think about it. Every time you face a significant challenge, every heartbreak, every loss, hasn't it also been an opportunity for growth? Haven't you emerged from the other side, perhaps with more wisdom, more compassion, and a deeper understanding of life? Suffering, while difficult, is the doorway to expansion. It is through our darkest moments that we discover the strength of our light. Through adversity, we uncover our resilience, and through pain, we find a greater capacity for love. So why do bad things happen? They happen because they are part of the human journey, part of the unfolding of our consciousness. They happen to help us evolve, to bring us face to face with the parts of ourselves that need healing. And in doing so, suffering becomes an opportunity for liberation. The real question is not, why does suffering exist? But what will we do with it? How can we use our challenges as stepping stones toward greater awareness, compassion, and self-realization? Every moment of pain can either trap us in victimhood or propel us toward awakening. The choice is ours. Suffering invites us to look inward, to reflect on our lives, our choices, and our beliefs. It urges us to ask, where am I out of alignment with the truth of who I am? Where have I forgotten my connection to the divine? And more importantly, how can I use this moment of pain to reconnect with my deepest self, to remember my infinite potential, and to choose again? Suffering is not the end, it is the beginning. A beginning of a new understanding, a new alignment, and a deeper connection to the divine essence that flows through us all. It is a wake-up call that, when answered, leads us beyond the illusion of separation and into the heart of oneness, where pain transforms into peace and confusion turns into clarity. When we shift our perspective, a suffering loses its grip on us. It no longer feels like a punishment, but rather a passageway, a journey back to our true selves. The pain we feel becomes a reminder of the powerful creators we are, capable of rising above any challenge, capable of transforming our reality from within. Suffering isn't here to destroy us, it's here to awaken us, to help us see the beauty within the struggle, the light within the darkness, and the potential within the pain. It's an invitation to become who we truly are, divine beings of infinite love, wisdom, and strength. The solution to suffering lies in the power of choice. We can choose to remain stuck in the belief that life is happening to us, or we can step into the truth that life is happening through us. We are not powerless, we are creators. When we recognize our oneness with the divine, we unlock our true potential. Every decision we make ripples out into the universe. When we choose love, alignment, and unity, we step into our divine authority as co-creators of reality. You are not separate from the divine. You are a reflection of it, a powerful creator shaping the world around you. You are not just a witness to reality, you are a creator of it. Your thoughts, your beliefs, your actions, they are the seeds that grow into the reality you experience. Suffering happens when we forget this truth, when we feel like victims. But now, you are invited to remember, to step into your true power as a divine being and conscious creator. The world isn't happening to you, it's happening through you. Every moment you have the power to choose. Will you align with love, peace, and oneness? Or will you choose separation, fear, and suffering? The choice is yours. And with every choice, you shape not only your life, but the world. Suffering is not a force sent to punish. It's a guide urging you to awaken to the truth of who you are. You are not a victim of the universe. You are a co-creator with it. The choice is yours. Will you stay in the illusion of separation, or will you step into the truth of your oneness with the divine? Now is the time to awaken, to align, to remember. You are a creator. What will you choose to create?